Hello, my beautiful people. This is BC, your top real estate consultant with Further Realty. I make real estate transactions look as simple as ABC. So today we're going to talk about the 7 essential tips every home buyer needs to know. Whether you are someone who has been staying in an apartment, you're a first-time home buyer, you're a seasoned home buyer, I feel like these are things that we need to just go over again and really get to understand. Number 1, define your priorities. Now, what I mean by that is you need to know what your non-negotiables are. You need to know what you really want in a house. Do you want the bedroom downstairs? Do you want a master bedroom downstairs? Do you want the guest room downstairs? Do you want 1-story, 2-story? Do you want a pool? Just figure out the things that you want. That way, you already have a great idea of what you're looking at. Also, you want to know what year you prefer the house built. Do you want the house that's built since 1885? Or do you want something recent? You really want to have an idea of, the architectural style. Number 2, important, get pre-approved. Now, there's a difference between pre-approval and pre-qualification. Pre-qualification, useless. It's a worthless piece of paper. You could just go on any site, say you make $200 million, and you get pre-qualification. So there's no way to vet that. You want to get pre-approved. You're going to speak to your lender. You're going to speak to your loan officer, your processor. They're going to look at your income, look at your debts and your expenses, and then figure out what a comfortable range that you could pay monthly would be. That's how they're going to calculate, and based on that, they would know the loan value, the amount that they can lend you. So once you get that pre-approval, it's going to help you. It's also going to help me, the realtor, to figure out the guidelines and the max when it comes to properties that you're looking for. Number 3, research neighborhoods. You really want to research your neighborhood. You want to look around and see which areas, meet your own demand that suits not just you, but your family's needs. I've met different families and different buyers. Some say they want single story, some 2-story, some townhouses. It just depends on what it is. Some with a pool, others, they just have little kids, they don't want a pool. There's some that they want the master bedroom downstairs. Others are like, they want not just the master bedroom, but they want guest rooms downstairs, because their kids are going to be upstairs and they don't want the guest room upstairs with the kids when they're downstairs. So, these are things that you really want to just discuss with the family. Figure out exactly what it is that you're looking at, what you're looking for. So that way it narrows it down. Number 4, work with a trusted realtor. What's that? Who? Oh, me. Yeah. You really want to make sure you're dealing with someone who's experienced, because real estate transactions, it deals with a lot of legal contracts and documentation. You want someone who understands this documentation. Now, we in no way are attorneys, so we cannot stand in place for attorneys. But you need to make sure you work with a trusted realtor, someone who's experienced, who has been through enough to better guide you so that you know what to anticipate. I can give you a good example. There's some who do not truly understand what appraisals are. They think an appraisal is the same thing as an inspection or a survey. It's best to always keep your appraisal, so that way you know not just what the market value is, you know what the appraised value is of your property, because it falls in line with the next essential tip, which is number 5, which is to consider the resale value. You want to think long term. So right now that you're trying to buy, once you found the property that you're looking for with your realtor and you submit your offer and you're going in, the lender is going to ask for an appraisal to be done. Now, that appraisal is independent of you or the seller. It's for the lender to be sure that the value of the property is worth the loan amount. A seasoned realtor like myself, we can easily tell you what the market value is, based on our negotiations and what we see with comparatives. So now you've seen the two, you know what it's appraised for, and you want to think, because you're not planning on living there for the rest of your life. Most times you want to live between 5 to 10 years. What you want to do is you want to know what the resale value is in the future. So you're thinking as well, not just is it great for your family, but also, hey, when it's time to sell, would they be able to sell fast? You want to make sure that you're buying a property that you can sell. It's almost like, people who buy cars and then the car depreciates tremendously. And when they want to get a new car, they just start wondering like, oh my God, I had no idea that this car would be worthless. You don't want to have the same mistake with your house. So number 6, I would say this has to do with home inspection. Now, prior to you doing the appraisal, one of the things that you want to do is once you've submitted the offer and the seller has agreed, and of course, sometimes you go back and forth with the counter offers, but once the seller has agreed and you're in a legally binding contract, you want to immediately do the inspection. It costs like, between $300 to $500 to $600 depending on the house. The reason why you want to do the home inspection is because there's things that you might miss because you're looking superficially. You want someone who is trained and who is certified to do that, to go in and inspect the house. Now, because of liability, most of the home inspection reports are going to be extremely detailed, and little things that are minute, things that might be insignificant, they're going to write everything because they don't want to be liable. They want to make sure that they've detailed everything. You would want to be like, oh my goodness, I want you to fix everything. But what you want to do is you want to go to the summary, read that, because they put the ones that they feel are severe. Read that so you have an idea. And then when you're looking at all that, again, consult with your realtor. Yeah, you consult with your realtor so that way when they're going through that with you, they could tell you the things that they feel, yes, this needs to be fixed. Because one of the things that I have personally experienced is, when the inspection was done and I was dealing with my client and letting them know what we wanted, I was also researching in order to know what the cost would be. So that way, when I was submitting it to the listing agent, I was letting them know that, hey, you know what, this is what we want fixed. But if you don't want to fix it, this is the monetary value. So you know what, how about you take this off the original price? And that way you don't have to fix them. We're just going to accept it as is. My client did not understand. My client was like, no, let them fix it. And I explained to him that, think of it this way. If that's your property and you're trying to sell, someone comes to you and tells you to fix, let's just say, a leaking pipe. Are you going to go buy a new faucet? Or you could just see if you could just put a tape. It's subjective. So what you want to do is figure out what the cost is and see if you can negotiate to get that price. So that way you could do it yourself, because you're going to do it to the best of your ability. While the seller might just do a patch job just to get it out. Number 7, negotiate wisely. Oh my God. This is why you need a seasoned realtor. I have had experiences with some clients where, you're trying to explain to them based on offers that they want to put, and you're telling them, let's not go too low, because we've seen that there are multiple views and there are going to be multiple offers submitted to this property. Let's make sure that when we're putting an offer, we're not wasting our time or wasting their time. Because the truth is, we really don't know the idea behind why someone is selling their property. Sometimes it might be due to distress, sometimes it might be because they're relocating. There are different reasons. And what we want to do is, of course we want to take advantage and make sure that we get the best price. But we also don't want to waste too much time. We want to make sure that when we submit something, it's worth them looking at. That way we can see if they're going to accept it. So, now we've come to the end. As usual, I'd love to hear from you. So please, leave a comment, drop a like, tell me what you think, and share with your family and friends. Okay? If you have any questions, you know where to reach. All right? Take care, everybody.